Composition of offences is a very small chapter, but it can easily get you 10 to 15 marks. Composition of offences is also called compounding. We discussed this under various acts, like we have under Companies Act, we have under Foreign Exchange Management Act, we have under SEBI Act, we also have under Criminal Procedure Code. Recently they have included the same provision also under Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. So this is very important to know the provisions of this compounding, but the principle is common for all the things. What is that? So compounding means you have made a violation of the act, so you have committed an offense. So you have an option either to go by yourself to the authority and tell that I have committed an offense, please forgive me. This is a way, and there is another way. If they send you a show cause notice, you go and tell, sorry, I made a mistake, please forgive me. This is again a compounding. So this is what we call as a compounding process. There are various authorities, like under Company Law Board, you have under Companies Act, you have Regional Director and Company Law Board. Based on like up to 50,000 is Regional Director, more than that is Company Law Board. Then you have FEMA. In FEMA also you have two authorities. One is RBI itself, and then you have Enforcement Directorate. RBI, when it is normal offences, if it is smuggling related offences, then we go to Enforcement Directorate. Then you have SEBI. SEBI, you have actually two concepts altogether. One is this consent order and other is compounding. Consent order is by SEBI, whereas compounding is by the SAT, that is Securities Appellate Tribunal. Whenever this principle is same for consent order also, but we have a concept of compounding which is done by SAT under SEBI, and we have the same concept under Criminal Procedure Code also. So the thing is, we classify every offence into two. One is a compoundable offence and other is a non-compoundable offence. If it is a compoundable offence where imprisonment is optional, I can give you example of fine only, or second, fine or imprisonment, third, fine or imprisonment or both. These three are the examples of compoundable offence. So these things can be compounded. Second, you have non-compoundable offence. Non-compoundable offence in the sense where imprisonment is mandatory, that is imprisonment only, or second thing can be fine and imprisonment. If these are the situations, then we classify them as non-compoundable offence and you cannot compound. And you also have a condition, if you compounded a particular offence, you cannot compound the same offence again for a period of 3 years from that time. That means you can compound the other offence, but you cannot compound the same offence for the period of 3 years. But after the period of 3 years, you can compound the same offence if you have done a violation in that same section. So this is there under compounding of Companies Act, and also is there under FEMA. And then FEMA also the same procedure of compounding, only I told you the authorities are different. Then they have also prescribed standard application format, and there is a standard prescribed fees for the application also. Coming to the SEBI aspect, you have a consent order, that is SEBI passes an order against you and you are not happy with that order. Instead of going to Securities Appellate Tribunal, you are entering into an arrangement with the SEBI, that is called consent order. Consent order is treated as non-appealable order. That means you cannot appeal against SAT for that order. Okay, for all this, if you do this compounding or consent order, all this is what you get is the immunity from future cases. You have made a violation, you know that you have made a violation. So in order to protect yourself from any case or anything which they are going to file against you in future, you are going voluntarily to them and agreeing that you have made a mistake, and you pay a compounding fee for that, so that you are getting immunity from they taking an action in future now itself. So this is the concept of compounding. It's very, very important for your exam point of view.